Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next installment of the Power of the Prompt. This is the 60-second version of the Power of the Prompt. One of the things I've like to do going forward is try and stream these, but unfortunately that was not able to happen. So this is going to compensate for that, hopefully. Now, I just want to explain what the concept of this prompt means. Basically, people that have seen the Autistic Super blog, which you could check out at theautisticsuperblog.wordpress.com, um, WordPress gives us prompts and asks us to answer the question that they give us to the best of our ability. So in this one, I'm gonna start out by saying that I'm gonna read the question here and I'm gonna give you my answer. It says, describe a random encounter with a stranger that struck out positively to you, or that stuck out positively to you. Actually, every chance I get to be out in the community, while a little bit overwhelming, is is wonderful in its own right. Um, it feels just amazing, but I don't deny it can be overwhelming in the same regard. But there's one time that I really want to talk about that really struck out to me as positive. Um, I've been dealing with self-esteem issues, self-confidence issues myself, even in my own time. And I've always felt like I'm no better than anyone else. I'm kind of humbled. I'm humbling in a way, but I'm also self-depreciating, if that makes any sense. So one of the times I really felt like really wonderful in that regard was being asked to help out Santa in one of his deliveries to the local community. Um, I won't tell you the part I played in that, but suffice to say, I went to one of the places in the community um, where I was asked to be at, and I'll never forget. Um, I'll never forget being there, and there's this one lady that's um, that's walking up to me, and I mean, again, I've always felt like humbled and all that stuff, and she didn't know me at the time, but she came. And this is a young girl, um, and she came out and gave me a hug, and even though I couldn't tell her who I was, I wanted to say thank you. I mean, it meant the world to me, and that's what feeling like the situation is. I know it's kind of weird for me to say that, but I I know it's kind of weird for me to say this, but that's one of the times that really helped me feel better about myself. Um, Another time that I can talk about is when I'm asked to to give poems in the community, like being part of Shout Out Saugerties, a local arts community in the Saugerties Arts Commission is really wonderful for me because they don't see me as who I am as an autistic individual. They just see me as an artist. And I'm always thankful for that. And I'm always grateful when people always ask me to write a poem for for April because April is not only National Autism Acceptance Month, but it's also the National Poetry Month. So for me, it's a blend of both worlds. Um, and when I'm always asked to write a poem for Shad Socrates to share in my to share a poem that I wrote, it just makes me feel wonderful because I have a very low self esteem and self confidence in myself. I mean, I'm not afraid to admit it. But just to know that people recognize me, not for who I am as an autistic individual, but for what I am as an artist and a poet, really makes me feel like so special, like so warranted, so wanted. Um, it just makes me feel like even when people in the community look at me as a poet and an artist, it's really is something that really is special to me. I mean, it makes me realize that what I am does matter. Who I am matters as an individual and as an autistic individual. So those are two times that I really feel like open about my open about myself and really struck out positively in me. And I've always been one to help out in the community, of course, but I'm always someone to do it anonymously, so that I don't make it all about myself, which can happen during the holidays. But I don't want it to be all about myself. I want it to be about the community. That's the biggest thing. Um, but so those are the two times that really stuck out to me. I know I mentioned I know it just says one, but there are many times that I've felt like that. But that's gonna be the answer to this prompt. Hopefully I'll get to some other prompts soon. My hope is to get through all the power of the prompts by the end of the year, or at the very least by the beginning of 2024. That's kind of like my goal for this one. So uh, expect to see these more of these power of the prompts sooner rather than later. So if you like these videos, dear readers and viewers and listeners, please check me out here in the Autistic Super Channel. Like, share, subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, all that stuff. You can check out all my videos on the Autistic Superblog.wordpress.com. Until next time, dear readers and viewers and listeners, stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on.